Hello. Well, it's been a while. I've definitely been slacking off a bit. I mean, I had work to do, but still. All right. Which was this? This is paper three. Oh, it's paper six. Whoops. My bad. 1 second. This will take 1 moment. This is not what we're supposed to be covering. And oh my god. Okay, there we go. Okay, May to June. I'm not sure which ones we've covered. So I'll just, I'll do the ones which I think we haven't. So, yeah. So this is a paper 4 for CIE 0607. So this is the long paper you'll sit with calculator. Usually a graphical calculator. Let me see if I can find mine. Again, one of these. So it's best to have one of these by your side, but most of the questions in there won't be that hard. So like the times you'll need your calculator are either for something like statistic questions, or which may or may not be in this paper, or something with decimals, and then you're just too lazy to figure it out. So let's just jump into it. So answer all the questions. Yeah, okay. Shows a cuboid. The volume of this cuboid is 52.5 cm cubed. And the value of h. Well, this is very simple, So we know that v equals 52.5, was it? Yes. So, and v is also equal to 7 times 3 times h. So we get 21h. So 50. So we replace that with that, and it's just math from there. So h equals 52.5 divided by 21, which is equal to, let's just get our calculator out. So again, these are the type of questions that you would have for a calculator. So we have 2.5. Alright, sweet. So that's already 2 marks in a 120 mark question paper, I believe. So yeah, that's a good start. Let's pray that I don't have to use the marking scheme this time. Alright, so, a pyramid. Okay. Area of the base is 500 meters squared. Oh, by the way, the volume or the volume of a pyramid is given to you as an equation in this formula list. So if you ever just don't know, you can just refer back to this. There's no limitation to how you use it. So yeah, shows a pyramid. Base is 500 meters squared. Okay, so it's just applying the formula, so I won't go too deep into that. So base area is 500, height is 27, so you get 9 times 500, so that's 4,500. Yep, okay, I won't go too deep into the ones with, very basic answers. Okay, so slightly harder, mean physics mark. So this is what I would say you could best use your calculator for. Like if you're like me and you're just genuinely not bothered to type in all the numbers, you can just use this. So I'll just use it on my calculator. I'll give you a moment. 6, 7, 66, 83, 84, 92, 96, 26, 42, 41, 56, 52, 61, 76. I'm just doing the whole table, by the way, so just ignore me for now. Alright, so let's see, mean physics mark. So I should let's do stats. Okay, so mean is about 66.48. So if you're not sure how to do this, of course you can do the standard way, which is by adding up all the physics marks and dividing it by 10, which is the total number of students. Total number of students we have, So of course you could do that. I'm just doing it on my calculator because I'm just not bothered to add them all up by myself. Similarly, Chemistry Mart, you would do the same if you didn't have a calculator. I remember once I brought a calculator. I brought nothing to my to a calculator, which can't speak English today. I brought no calculator to one of my tests, and I still scored pretty high. But you really shouldn't be doing that. All right, so regression line. So usually, if you have a graphical calculator like me, you would have there would be a function that says that tells you how to do it. But since we aren't, let's see, where is it? Oh wait, was it? So just go 1 second. Oh wait, no, it's the wrong one. Stupid. Hold on. So anyway, you would usually have a regression line function for this. I'm just trying to find mine. Let me think. Man, this newfangled technology is not for someone old like me. See, this is why this is why you really shouldn't be wasting time. I've probably wasted more. I think was it. But obviously, if you don't have a graphical calculator, you shouldn't be doing this. But I'm just gonna cheat slightly. So obviously, if you don't have a graphical calculator like me, you would use the most basic method, which is you'd find the mean, and anything any kind of line that goes through your mean, it has to be straight, of course. But you would find your mean and approximate, where the regression line would be. Of course, the best case scenario is you have one of these. But I can't remember for the life of me how to do the the actual regression line function. So you assume, or the test assumes that you're going to have one of these with you. Where was I? 51, 56, 52, 61, 76, 5, 73, 80. Oops. Let's see. Okay, that works. That'll fit. Let's see. Oh wait, did I? That works. That should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if you have again, I'm using a graphical calculator. I'm just lazy, and because this is also to do with eye test, because in the IB and a Maths AI higher level, you would be using a calculator. So I'm just used to using one. Newfangled technology, man. I sound so old. Alright, so you should be getting your answer. Your linear regression line to be 0.57 x or whatever, of course. So I used physics as x and chemistry as y, so that's fine. Plus 21.79. So that's approximately. Okay, so that's your equation. Of course, you should be doing this much faster than me. I'm just taking my time and making jokes along the way. Use your regression line to estimate the chemistry mark when physics mark is 50, so that is when x is equal to 60, sorry. So I'll just find it, 1 sec. You go to x equals 60. My calculator's just not trying to cooperate. Actually, no, we can. Of course, you know what? Let's just sub the numbers in. So what do you have? Of course, if you can't figure it out on your calculator, just do it by hand. I'm just not in the mood to figure it out right now. I just had maths that before this. So that is 56. Okay. Pretty nice. Pretty round number. Well, okay, technically speaking, it should be 55.99. But you're allowed to round it up to 56. Like, I doubt they would take a mark off you for that. Let's just double check. Just in case they have the balls to do so. So 43. This one. Man. Oh yeah, you guys should watch Darren's videos. He's a cool guy. He was the one that made this whole project possible, because Clinton and I, we couldn't qualify for what's it called, the project. We couldn't qualify because we didn't have 3 people. But now because Darren's here, he's a legend. He made it possible for us, dude. You guys should go thank him. While that's loading, try again. I hate my life. Anyway, physics marks is 5, so that's the opposite of what we want. So because my calculator, of course, it only goes to a certain x value. So we don't exactly know, but we can rearrange. Of course, we can do the old-fashioned way and just rearrange it. So 5 equals 21.79 plus 57x. So you would do your thing, So of course you can do 21. So that's minus. Oh, whoops. 5 minus. Minus 16.79 plus, equals 0.57x. And then you would finally find, x is equal to. Huh. Interesting. Well. Which one is this? Oh, there seems to be a slight error. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Interesting. Did we copy the equation though? Am I just like thick? Oh wait, I am thick. I'm stupid. What am I doing? Okay, scrap that. Wait. This is supposed to be 5.9. Okay, so there we go. I'm actually sleeping today. So again, didn't do as I say. Just if at any point I get the wrong answer, it's because I probably looked at it wrong. Okay, 79. Yeah, I'll just write it like that. Yeah, I don't care if it's uncomfortable for you. Yeah, and then you would just sub it back into the equation, I guess. Yeah, so C2. So what are we interested in? So it says we should get 25. Okay, let's try it out, So it says 0.596 x plus 2.79. Interesting. Okay, let's try it. Interesting. It shouldn't be a minus mark, actually. On the contrary, it should be positive. Okay, maybe we did something wrong, but not likely. Okay, let's try doing like C1 first. Because if C1 is also wrong, then there's definitely a problem with what we're trying to calculate. 60. So if C1 is also wrong, that means there's a problem with the mark scheme. It's 57.55. So that's right. That's right. So what have we here? Okay. Physics mark is 5. Huh. That's below. I think that's below our range, is it? Yeah, I think it is. Usually, this shouldn't happen. So either we've done something wrong with something so simple like this, but it's not entirely impossible. So let's just write it out again. So 596x plus 21.79. 5 minus 21.79 equals 0.596. Yep, that makes sense. Because we're using our equation for the linear regression. Let's see. Nope, that's definitely correct. So, well, at least we know one thing is that this mark scheme is bad. However, let's check they might have made amendments. No, okay. Well, that's extremely awkward, because supposedly if our what do you call it? Values if the values for the equation match, that's just like we had, that shouldn't happen. So that means this mark scheme is bad, like really bad, unless we've done something wrong. Oh, I kept thinking it was the chemistry mark. That's why. Aha! I have been self-bamboozled. Okay, there we go. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm just Vic. That should be that plus. Yeah, I kept thinking this was the chemistry mark, so that's why I kept putting it in Y, but that's X. Okay, yeah, something like. So that should be 24.7. I think I put 9 just now, so let's just say 7. Yep. Okay, there we go. But they say, do they want a whole number? Okay, it's fine then. If they don't want a whole number, it's perfectly so leave it as that. Oh, which physics mark? 60 or 5 is likely to go. So usually it should be 60 because it's right bang in the middle. But usually it should be 60. Yeah, it's because it's within the range of the data. Yep, that makes sense. There are 120 students at a school. Hard to believe, but okay, let's go with that. There are 30 students in each class. Okay. The number of boys and number of girls. Yeah. Okay. A boy from class 2. So okay, or for all the 120 students. So that's about. So that I'll just read off the information they give us. That's 19 out of a whole 120 students. Yeah, that's it. Not from class 3. So anyone that is So that's a 3 out of 4 probability, because what we want to do is cover up class 3. So let's ignore them. So that's we know that there are 30 students each class. So that's 30 plus 30 plus 30. So that's 90 out of the whole 120 students, which is, when you simplify it, it's 3 out of 4. So there's a 3 out of 4 chance you pick someone that's not from class 3. Simple. Okay, a boy is chosen at random, so we can ignore the girls from now. Yeah, that's right. Sexism. Yeah. Ignore the girls. So it's, yeah. YouTube doesn't monetize me. I'm just kidding. So boys, 16. So first of all, we need to tally up, how many boys there are. So from this, just add it up on your calculator or whatever you have at the time. If not, do it on paper. I can't tell you what to do. That's 60 exactly. Somehow amazing, but okay. So calculate the probability that he is chosen from class 4. So that's 13 out of 60. So 13 out of the 60 boys that we have are in class 4. So therefore, the probability that one is from the one we choose is from class 4 is 13 out of 60. Very easy, very simple stuff. 3 students from class 1 are chosen at random. So that's already, we are narrowing it down to class 1. So it's only 30 students. Calculate the probability that 3 girls are chosen. So you can do this very easily. So first of all, we know that the probability for girls is 14. So the first girl, let's do it that way. So let's say we choose them, in one by one. So the first probability to choose a girl is 14 out of 60. So that's the probability of choosing the first girl, right? No, because it's the full class. So after that, we eliminate her. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's banished from the realm now. So now we have 13 out of 59. Wait, no, I'm talking about yours. This should be 30. Yes, that's right. Then the next part. Since we already took one away, there's no point in taking another. We don't pick her at the same time. So that's already. So again, that reduces the number at the top by 1. So that's 13 choices out of 29 students, because we've also removed a girl from the whole pool of students that I can choose. And then finally, we have 12 over 28. Of course, if you want to simplify it, go ahead. It's probably easier anyway. So I'll just simplify that. Yeah, because 29 is a prime number, you can't really do anything about it. What's that one? 4, yeah. Let's see, 5, 7, and so 3 out of 7. Yep. Yeah, that's how you would do it. Yeah, of course you can just do. I'm gonna simplify this even further, so that gives you what? 1 out of 5 times 13 over 29. So yeah, that should. Let's see the approximate. Yeah, okay, that's how you would work it out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this is still pretty easy. Yep. So f of x equals 1 over cos x for values of x between minus 270 and 270. So obviously they're going to be asking you this in degrees. There's no one's going to be asking you for this paper in particular. No one's going to be asking you in radians. Well, for the whole of the 0607 syllabus, no one's going to be asking you in radians. Everyone's going to be asking you in degrees. Okay, so the first idea you need to think about is, what is. So first of all, how do I work this out? Well, first of all, you have a graphical calculator. Of course, you could just memorize it, but I'm not weird, so I'm just not going to. I could memorize. I can memorize the shape. That's encouraged. That's encouraged. I will encourage you to memorize the shape of the graph, but you don't have to. For this level, at least, you don't really need to know everything about the graph. So let's just do. I'll just do it on my Desmos. Try to find it. Cos x. So that's gonna look something like that. Of course, I'm right now in radians, but I'll just. It's encouraged that you convert it when you get a chance. Anyway, let's see. I'll mark out where the. Okay, so that should be. So approximately this is your 270, and this is your 90. So the asymptote between these two is the our 90-degree intervals. I mean 180-degree intervals. So here's 90, 270, 90, 270. So yeah. So you should be left. So if you cover up everything on this side and this side, you're left with this weird shape. So what do we do with it? Okay, so first of all, they want you to plot it out. That's simple enough, right? So what they mean by sketch, it's very important. So you better listen to this. Is you mark out all the important points. So something like this decimals is very useful because it marks it out for you, like this. So one of the important points is 0 and 1. The other one is minus pi minus 1. The other one is pi minus 1. So that's very important because so that these are points because they show that you recognize what the graph should look like. Like they're not going to care about what this point specifically at where y equals 6 is. They don't really care about that. But what they do care about is if you can A, mark out what these points are. B, you can tell them what the asymptote is. Oh, let's not look at that for now. Return range. Yeah, okay. So range of f of x. Well, it should be just okay, but they limit you to 6. Actually, no, it's fine. You just write y or y belongs or f of x belongs to. Yeah. That's a weird way of putting it, but okay. Yeah, okay, to be fair, what I was going to say was that f of x should belong to R, which is real numbers, but I guess in this level you don't need it. So all you need to do is just, again, with this example, so it has to be, yep, so we can prove that it has to be at least larger than 1, or it has to be smaller than -1. Yep, that's pretty easy so far. Yeah, I would say. Okay, so on the same diagram, sketch graph of. Yep. So again, this is just sketching it out. Like I'm not going to spend like this whole video talking about it, but so again, just sketch it out. So usually, what you would do, like this kind of question is so painfully obvious what they want you to do. Yeah, they want the next question is either going to be intersection or something about like the range or whatever. But usually it's the first one's going to be about intersection. So let's just plot it out. Let's do it the way they do. I'm just not bothered to think what it means. Plot. Hard to go. Oh, does it not recognize it? Okay, then that's a slight issue, but no need to worry. Okay. Let me think. What's the best way to do this? $360 x equals $360. So 5. So that should do work. Huh. Okay, we found it. What is that? Yeah, it's a bit annoying considering the fact that they don't neatly touch each other. And so, like, when you're really high up, so I'm just not gonna bother doing that. And because they don't give us any space to work it out with, they're obviously going to because Desmos is kind of like that. So I'm just not gonna scroll to the top, and I'm not gonna shrink it either. But do it on your graphical calculator, and you should get all the points of intersection. Because they're free because they give you free. So just I'll just shrink it just for you guys. Oh my God, why did I do that? It's this one. Okay, that hurts my eyes. It should be the ones down below. So one of them should be this. I'm trying to think, is it the right one? Yes. That's approximately that one. Actually, no, wait, no. We just established that it's going to be the middle one, is it not? Yeah, so it can't be that one. Yeah, okay, I'll just figure it out on my graphical calculator. 1 second. Six. Let's go 5. Oh, this is in. Oh my god, this is taking so long. You know what? Fine, whatever, I don't care. It's just for you guys that I've done for so much trouble. Okay. So, okay, that is not what I intended to do. So the first one you should be getting is 78.64. Yeah, x equals 78.64. Second one. Oh, please God. Well, that's average, so that's not what we want. I'm gonna try to find it. That's also not what we want. The next one is minus 111.5. And finally, please God, no, that's not what I want. Section minus 212.9. So let's check the answers. It's funny that they tell you to do something like that, but yeah. Yep, that's fine. We got all of them. Sweet. Alright, okay. Yeah, okay. Equation of each asymptote of the graph y equals g of x. Well, we know that, to be fair, we know what it is, kind of. So this is one of the cases where it's, if you know it, you know it. So for the y-intercept, the horizontal, it should be 0.5. So let's check. Yeah, 0.5, and the x is equal to 0 because we know from the general rule, that let's move all this number. So if it's 1 over x as c equals 0, but if it's 1 over x plus 1, as z equals, I'm just writing as z for short asymptote. Don't do this. Don't do this in the actual exam. For vertical, because we're not shifting it to the left or the right at this point. We're just increasing the height. As c equals 1 for horizontal. We're increasing the height of this. So therefore, as such, we're just bringing the graph up by 1. So whereas, I'll just demonstrate this quickly here. 1 over x. Just put it in there. Oh, I regret scrolling up that much. I'll have to feel my face later. Newfangled technology, man. 1 over x plus 1. So yeah, you can approximately see that all the points. So this point here has shifted up by 1. And finally, if we were to work out the horizontal asymptote. So if you want to change the vertical asymptote, it's always going to be an alteration to this. So so the question you need to ask yourself when you're doing this one, so the horizontal one, is what would make the denominator of this fraction 0, so that it wouldn't be possible for us to see anything there. And because it's anything over 0 is going to be undefined, because it's apparently infinity, as the graph shows. So therefore, if you want the asymptote for horizontal, think what would make the denominator 0. In this case, they're very nice. They gave us 2x as the denominator. So all you need to do is just all you need to say is just x is equal to 0 for the vertical asymptote. Great. Shit is that? Oh, there you go. Okay. That was in my Discord. Venn diagrams. So the sets A, B, and C. Yeah, okay. Yep, just put them in there. Okay, so let's think of the ones that we know can't be true. If it's a prime number, it cannot be a multiple of 3. So A intersect C should be empty. Everything else should be fine. Yeah, everything else should have at least 1 in common. Yep. Now, that's the elements of set A. I'm not sure, but okay, let's say I would encourage you, or even force you, if I was side by side teaching you, to put all the numbers in here first and then answer this question, because you know you can't go wrong if you've already put the numbers in there and here. And additionally, the marker, because the question is very vague about where they want you to put it, just put it in both of them. Don't just do yeah. Then the next question is obviously going to ask you to write all the elements, so that's great because you already done that as a preparation. The elements be dashed. Well, this is slightly harder, but we know what to do. So A union B, let's establish what A union B is. So A union B, that means A or B. So anything in here, 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 here is considered A union B. But A union B dash, that means we don't want anything that's in all the areas I just mentioned now. So it should be anything in A. So it should be the prime numbers, if I'm remembering this correctly. Yep, it's all the prime numbers. Sweet. Oh, wait, no, I'm just kidding. 5A, 5B, 5C. Oh, wait, did I remember it wrong? Let's see, where 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, no, I'm high. It's these two. I kept thinking this was A and this was B. Oh, okay, so it's these two. So anything that is not in these two. So, obviously 8 and 10 are going to be in here. So outside of these 3 circles, and 9 is going to be in C because it's a multiple of 3. Yep, I'm sorry about that. I kept thinking these two were in B, not these two. So yeah, but once again, don't just be careful when you're doing this. Number of B union C and A dash. Let's see, B union C. So all of this, yeah, so the parts we were talking about just now, so this is going to be empty, so you can ignore that. So anything that's in common with these two. So this is obviously going to be empty. So we're looking at, oh, what's A dashed? Okay, so that's the important part. So this whole circle, this A circle, we don't want. So that should be this part, so this large part, this smaller parts between B and C and C. So yeah, let's just So that should be, let's see, let's count from their diagram, it's easier. 4, yep, that makes sense. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Yeah, I hate, like, I'll be honest with you, I did not like these questions. Like, they were so mentally challenging. Like, my best advice for this is, if they give you a bracket, answer what's in the bracket first. And then obviously you'll have to know some of the notations, but not all of them. But so usually they'll just give you something like this. That's the hardest one. So all you want to do is just know union, intersect, and what n means. If you're doing something like this, do it in the bracket first and do the outside bracket next. Yep. The transformation transformation key is yep. So let's y equals x like that. Obviously, I don't have the best apparatus to do this with. I mean, I could try, obviously, but who I don't want to. Rotation of about the origin. Okay, 180. So if it was here, it would be here. If it was here, it would be here. Okay, good. We got that established? Yeah, okay. Transformation R is a stretch. Scale factor is... Yep, okay. Okay. Yes. So, 5-1. Oh my god, they're so mean about this. They don't even give you a nice grid to follow. Okay, let's... Okay, but this one is still comparatively easy. So what you would do, if they had a grid for you, it'd be really nice. But what you can do is instead you can find 5-1, and then you reverse the what do you call it? You reverse the ordering of the x and y. So instead of 5-1, you would get 1 and 5. So 1-5. That's that. there's no trick. That's the only trick there is. And then the transformation P followed by the transformation Q. So they gave us, the one they want us to follow. So first of all, it's going to turn into yx, and then we have to, in the order xy, it would be value y, value x. So it's P. So that from x, y to yx. Keep in mind these are still the same axes but with different values. This is a way of them to trick you. So yeah, sorcery is very bad. I believe in science. Followed by the transformation Q, which is so there are two ways of doing this. If you forget, so there's one way I can think of which is very easy. So that's one of them is going to be negative and the other is going to be positive. So let's find negative, negative, positive, positive. So you would just turn whatever is positive, negative. Turn whatever is negative, positive. So that you would get from yx to minus y minus x. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Describe fully the single transformation equivalent to P followed by Q. Well, I would just draw a point on the grid, and then P and Q. What is it? It is, so let's see, rotation by 90. I think. Oh wait, no. I'm stupid. That's not what it is. That is a. So for this question, you would just don't do as I say just now. You would just plot a point on the graph and what should I call it? So plot a point on the graph. Do the both. Do what they say. So use the transformations, and then observe what happens to it. So in this case, it's a reflection across y equals minus x. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Decide fully the single transformation equivalent to R followed by S. R followed by S. That is an enlargement by a scale factor 2. Done. Easy. Single transformation equivalent to the inverse of R. So since this is a scale factor 2, so instead we want to, so imagine it going like that way. But instead this time we want it to go this way. Of course I don't quite remember because I haven't done this in such a long time. Which way x and y invariant is, but supposedly let's do this in a diagonal. So instead of stretching it outwards, we want to compress it inwards. That's what it's saying. So instead of scale factor 2, we say scale factor half. So instead of doubling, we're halving, and still it's an x-axis invariant. So great, that's another question solved. How are we doing for time? I cannot tell how long I've been. Oh wait, 46 minutes. Not bad. 46 minutes, and we're pretty much halfway through the paper. So that's very, very good. Of course, it could be better. I am taking my time to explain, make jokes. Of course, it will take us a bit of time. This is a 2 hour and 15-minute long paper, so that means we are doing quite well so far. One tip, actually. Usually for these papers, you should probably aim for. Sometimes, of course, if you're the type of person that has a really strong start and you kind of just, you just fall off because you're really tired. Like I'm one. I can't say for myself, but I'm sometimes one of those people. Like I have an amazing half hour and then I just kind of fall asleep mid-exam. Yeah. Yeah. So usually you would just. But sometimes, if normally, because you do math better, the more you do it. If that makes sense, it's like a warm up thing. Like once you've finished warming up, you just get faster and faster. So you really shouldn't be going. Usually, you shouldn't be going for the hard questions first. So you can just warm up your brain with the first 10. So yeah, that's all my advice. Invest 2,000 at a rate of 3% compound interest. So yeah, So when they say value of the investment, that means the total, rather than the purely the stuff he gains from the investment. So usually that would be. So the trick to this is, you don't want to see my ugly face twice. 2,000. So because you're going to be timesing the number by increasing it by 3% over and over. So what we can do is instead say, okay, we're just gonna do it in one go. So how many? It's 5 years. So we're just gonna do that. It's effectively it's saying the same thing as 2,000 times 1.03 times 1.3, etc., etc. But we're just gonna say for now that's the answer, and you can just do it on your calculator. I'm not gonna do it for you. I'm not your nan. Yep. I am not your father, so I won't do it for you. Find the value of his investment at the end. Yeah, okay, so that should be relatively close to what we got. Yep, some people do it like that. I prefer doing decimals. Up to you. So yep, they want so this should give you this. How many complete years? Again, this is a algebra question, but so it's pretty basic. The concept is, how many complete years is that? Yep. Okay. So again, from our equation, we have this. So we want to find out x. So 2 equals. So let's rearrange this. So we know that 2 equals 1.03 x. So of course, as many of you would know, this is you can do this in a log, a log A format. So log both sides. So that is a bad O. Log 2 equals log 1.03 to the x. X equals. Actually, I should probably write it out properly. X log 1.03. That's the rule that thing, that's the log rule. If it's still a power, you can treat it as a multiply sign of log, and you can convert it back as well. But here we're just gonna put it out because now we can isolate x. So x is log 1.23 log 2. Do it yourself. Oh wait, no, whoops, that's the wrong way around. As I said, my Asian brain, I have like 2 brain cells today, even though I'm Asian, so yeah. I mean, at this point, like, probably anyone that has gone through the exam has like 2 brain cells left, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, you can do this yourself. I'm not your parent. You can do this however way you want, but that is the way I would do it. Mathematicians. I'm not saying I am one, but most mathematicians are extremely lazy, which is why they develop symbols just to represent what they mean. It's annoying, but it works. Right. So yeah, his was compound. Again, same type of question. Instead, this time we get 1.0024. But it says per month. That means every month, so for every year, she's going to have 12 times the, what should we call it? What should I call it? So every year she's going to times her previous value by 0.24%. Yeah. So there are 12 months in a year, so 12 times. Calculate the monthly compound interest rate that is equal to a compound. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I think I know what they mean. Okay. Very weird, very weird question, I would say, but it's not entirely impossible. So we want to know, what is 1.03? 1.03 to the x equals, let's see, what should we call it? Because x is the number of times, the number of times per year, right? Or the frequency at which this is happening. So, we're just going to call it 12x because 12 times, the one occurrence. Just 12 times the occurrences. So first of all, let's simplify this. So we get log 1.03. So I'll just skip the middle part of, having to do whatever. 12x log y. So we can further simplify this by doing 1 over 12 log 1.03. Jesus Christ, my throat is starting to get dry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm in so much pain. Y. Okay, so now we have log y to the 12. Yeah, okay. So this would mean, okay, let's figure this out first. So because this is an actual number that we can find out. Oh wait, no, we can just simplify this. Log 1.03. Why do I keep writing it like that? To the 1 over 12. And then finally, of course, we can just say that, so this, because log is base 10, so automatically, so we can remove the log on both sides. So that means 1.03 to the 1 over 12. So work this out yourself. I'm going to tell you, but I will do it on my calculator as well. 1.03 to the 1 over 12. So that is a 1.0024. So that is a 0.25 to be fair. Okay, 00246. So that's a what? What's on? 0.247. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Okay, so we found it out. That's cool. Ooh, quadratics. I love these. They're so easy. Like every time I got a quadratic question, I destroyed it. Sketch dot graph of y equals f of x. Yeah, okay. Modulus. So this is very easy. You want to, as they say. So this would mean that the x squared graph is shifted down by -4. Shifted down by 4. Yeah, it's not that hard. So your roots should be at. So having seen this, you know that your roots should be at -2 and 2. Because if you factorize this, you should get x minus 2, x plus 2. Yep. Okay. Line of symmetry, x equals 0. I mean y. No, x equals 0. Yep. Yeah, I won't go too deep into it. Line of symmetry literally means where it is symmetrical, and we know for a fact that x squared graphs are always going to be symmetrical. So down the middle, and we know that the roots are are even. So and the center is over here at -4, where y is -4. So yeah, and that's where x is equal to 0. So therefore, x equals 0 is the line of symmetry. Write down the zeros of f of x. Yep, I've just told you it's -2 and -2 and +2, because you can factorize that. Value of k. Interesting. Oh wait, no. The roots should be fine. The roots should be fine. Well, okay. So that's interesting. So previously, of course, we assume that it's like this, but it's actually like this. But it doesn't change our answer that much. So it's gonna be like this. I'll plot it out for you. So this should what you should have your graph look like. It's like that. Yeah, very simple. The roots are still fine. Line of symmetry is still fine. Let's see. Free time. So, okay, so where does it meet at free times, you ask? Well, it's here. Like, literally this point in particular. This is good. If we were anywhere between here and here, we would have hit it 4 times. So let's draw a line across. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But here, let's see, 1, approximately 2, approximately 3. So yeah, I say approximately because I don't know exactly where the point is, even though I can't click it properly so that it actually shows 4 like that. But you know that that k has to be equal to a y value, which is 4. Yep. Find a range of values of k when y equals k means okay. So again, y has to be equal between 4, so smaller than 4 and larger than 0. That's your answer. So how you would write this is again 0. Right here 0. Okay, or like that. Very simple, very basic. Solve the following equations. I'm not gonna do it for you. Like, okay, fine. Let's do the hardest one. Yeah. 8x squared. Plus 2x minus 11 equals 0. At this point, feel free to use the what's called the quadratic equation. I will see if I can, but see if I can do it by not using it. Oh, okay, I expect you to use a quadratic equation, but still, let's do it for fun. Actually, no, you have to, because it doesn't factorize nicely, I think. But still, at this point, I'm just not bothered. Let's write it out again. Slow. B squared plus 4 plus minus. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's 105 times B squared. Mm-hmm. So we get 356. So root that. Yeah, my calculators are correct. Again, I'm not going to do this last part for you. This is pretty straightforward. But if you do have problems, I just recommend going over quadratics. But this should be, apparently, let's find it. Oh, it's just this 9A3. So yeah, that's what we did. Yeah, okay. So that should be 1.3 and 1.05. There's your answer. Okay. So the following, yeah, this is just rearrangement, so I won't worry too much. So that the first one should be, let's just gloss over it quickly. 2x should be smaller or equal to minus 4. So therefore, so let's just solve this quickly. So x just is smaller. So yep, that's fine. We're just switching the sides. Oh, okay. I see. But this is just very easy. You would do. So that's rearranging. So switching these two around. And x is small. So I imagine that switching it around. Please don't imagine it that way, but because technically what you're doing is timesing both sides by x minus 2 and dividing both sides by 3. But still, yeah, that's what is getting us the answer. Simultaneous equations. Yeah, okay, these are kind of time consuming to explain, and the fact that I have to show all my working, so I guess. Let's see, what's the fast way of doing this? Let's find x. 3x minus 5y. X equals minus 5y, 3 minus 1. Yep, okay, so that's what we got. So you can just, put it together. 26 times 78. Basic arithmetic is bad. 6y. Okay, and then we can just, do our thing. So minus 93 is equal to 31y. So y is equal to minus 3. And then you would just work it out. So because we know y is minus 3, so 5x minus 2 times minus 3, so that's plus 6 is equal to 26. 5x equals 20, and then x equals 4. So let's see. X equals 4, y equals minus 3. Yep, there we go. Solve the equation. Oh my god. Okay, so let's just simplify this and deal with it. That's how I would do it. Log x is 4 log 2 equals log 13. So we know from the previous rule that log x that can become log 2 to the 4, which is log 13. So and then we can further simplify this. Of course, let's just to save time, I'll just do this. Minus because log times log 2 to the 4 is actual number. So 2 to the 4 is the actual number, and I'll tell you right now it's 16. You can verify whether this is true or not. I don't care because it should be. Log 13 over 16. There we go. Okay, and then we can just remove the logs on both sides. So, yep, that should take you no more than 20 seconds. Maybe 30, yeah, I would say 30 is a baseline. Yep. Oh my god. Thought I should be in class. Yeah, okay, this is just AB as a column vector. You should know how to do this, but so the x order is top x, bottom y. Don't ask me why it's like that, it just is. So that should be 6 and 3. Calculate the length of the line AB. What I would advise you to do is 5 minus, so actually no, because our vector is worked out from this, therefore we can just use the vector. So what do we say, 6 3, so 6 squared plus 3 squared. From Pythagoras we know 6 squared. So vector Pythagoras. 6. So this length AB is equal to roots 6 squared plus 3 squared, which is equal to 36 plus 9 root 45. Which is equal to what? 3 root 5. Yep, that's it. There's 10, k, AB equals BC, and k belongs to 0. Is larger than 0, so show that k equals 11. Okay, so they even mean the line AB, or okay, they mean the line AB, okay. So this is Pythagoras mixed in with a bit of algebra. So that, so we know that root 45 is equal to, so there's this term. So let's call it, so B is 775, so let's just 7 minus 10 squared plus 5 minus k squared. So we know the first part. So let's just simplify that. 9 plus, this mysterious term 5 minus k squared. Alright, and then let's just, deal with it now. So let's see. Let's remove the squared first, and then also take 9 to the other side. So we're minusing both sides anyway. So we got 36. 5 minus k. That's still right. Now, of course, since we know for a fact so this is obviously going to be plus or minus 6. K is obviously going to be some form of plus or minus 6, but we don't know for sure, so let's just say for now, 6 is equal to 5 minus k. But we assume that it's going to be as follows. So k is going to be equal to 5 minus 6, which is minus 1. And we can check that. Just go to the answers right now. Which one is this? Oh, 10C. I'm sure that k is 11. Okay, then that's... Oh, since we know that's going to be 11, then that has to be equal to minus 6, which is equal to 5 minus k. So k is going to be equal to 11. So, yeah, there's not much of a secret to it. D. Find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to AC that passes through the midpoint of AC. Yep, okay. So, first of all, we need to find AC, of course. As an equation, it's best to find it as an equation. So, AC equals... So let's find the gradient first. So that's 11 minus what? What's the current to y? 1. What's the other one? What's it called? Fuck. Oh, my brain just not working. Oh yeah, it's 10. 10 minus 2. Okay, we get that is equal to 10 over 8, which is probably x plus c. Yep, okay. C we need to work out as well, so let's just roll with this. So that should be 10 over 8 x plus c. No, 1.25 x plus c. Okay, so let's use a very easy point. So let's use a. So 2 equals 1.25 plus c. So c equals 0.75. Okay, so we have that. So what do we do with this? So first of all, let's find the midpoint. I'll tell you what this has to do with this later. Midpoint. So let's see. So you would average out the two points between them. So 11 plus 1 over 2, and what's the other one? 10 plus 2 over 2, which is equal to 6. So that's a midpoint, right? So now we can find, the normal to the perpendicular bisector of this. So, oh my god, I'm phasing out so fast. We're trying to think what's the best way to do this. So I mean, I guess okay. So from the gradient, this is a gradient rule that you should know, that the fact that the gradient of the perpendicular should always be a negative reciprocal of the usual or the original. So negative reciprocal means that the reciprocal is just 1 over what we have already. So the gradient is 1 over the original, and then it's minus, so it's a negative version of that. Okay, good. So x, and then let's see again. Let's call this d for now because we don't want to get mixed up with the other one. So what do? So we sub in all our points we know. So 6 equals minus 48. I'll just do that math for you because I'm a good person. 10 plus d. D equals 10.8. So you finally have your equation. Okay, I'll just simplify this for now because we don't really mind. 10.8. Simple, basic. They might mark you down for using 10.8 instead of a mixed number because you're using fractions here, but I doubt it. But in the best case, you should write down both what it would be in fraction form and decimal form. Okay, we know that. 0.8. Oh my god. This is the type of question I don't want to see on a Friday morning, man. How much more do you have? Should I pause this? Oh, I can. Well, I am back. It is another day because I had something to attend to yesterday, but yeah, I think we can finish this paper at some point. Yeah. I haven't uploaded in years, literally. So continue where we left off. The points A, B, C, D from a rhombus. Find the coordinates of D. Oh, I should probably turn on the mark scheme later. I'll do it later. Okay, it was 11. So let's find. We have points. So A equals 1, 2. B equals 7, 5. C equals 10, 11. So, well, we know that. Well, we kind of know that some of these lengths should be equal because we assume the parallelogram, all the different the parallel lines and the diagonals should be the same length. So yeah, we can pick any 2 points here and say that they match the opposite two. So for example, let's take AB. So line AB should be equal to line CD, right? So let's find the length of line AB first. So let's see. So this is Pythagoras. So I'll just do the intermediate steps once. So you know what we're doing. So let's see. A B. So that would be x would be 7 minus 1. I'll just do them in random order because yeah. 5 minus 2. So they don't really have. You could do them A B, like as in B as the final point, or you could do them A as the final point. It doesn't really matter because the result you'll get is still the same. So it's equal to 6 squared plus 3 squared. Let's do this real quickly. So let's see. So let's use x minus 10 squared. So let's do that for now. So we know what this is. So yeah, try and find it. So obviously you should be using. So this is going to be a simultaneous equation. Now that we can see this, that's going to be the same. So let's import that. So next step. So let's see. 36 plus 9. That's equal to 45. So let's say we simplify this part. So the 6 and 3. So into 45 root, and then we would take away the root sign on those sides. So x minus 10 squared plus y minus 11 squared. Yep. So, what do we do with this? Well, we can kind of just leave it there for now. Literally. Or, I'm trying to think, is there a better way of doing this? Maybe not. Or we can just, okay, so let's use another set of points then, instead of, just A, B, and C, D. So let's say, so AC and BD, let's do that. AC equals BD. So AC is going to be equal. But again, I'll just skim through the steps so you don't have to watch this. AC 9 squared plus That's really nice of them. Equals 1 minus 5. Swear. Yeah, okay. Let's see. 81 times 2 is 162 equals x minus 7 squared plus y minus 5 squared. So what to do? Oh wait, there is a simpler answer, so you kind of don't need this. All you need to find is actually, yeah, this isn't this isn't a lot of fun. Okay, you could do it by this, but you would take a lot. It would take a lot of time for you to do so. Instead, what you could do is you could find where they converge, so where they meet. So instead, yeah, just list this. Let's do this a different way. So this is a coordinate geometry question. So, I might have contracted my seasonal cough. Let's try not to say corona because YouTube algorithm. I'm just kidding. What am I talking about? I'm not even that big. Let's see. Okay, so where let's say let's find CD and line CD and line uh, let's say BD, shall we? So what else? What else can we use? Oh right, we can use the parallel line as well. So that would be for okay. So maybe not the best way to approach this. Okay, maybe I may have a slight brain fart just now, but it's fine. Should work. So okay, so so okay, let's say the gradient of AB is equal to the gradient of CD because they're it's a parallelogram, so the opposite lines should have the same same angle that they're slanted at, and that can be translated into a gradient. So let's find AB. AB is equal to didn't we do this last time or something along those lines? Well, guess not. Let's do quickly now, so we don't have to do it later. So 5 minus 2 7 minus 1 x plus c. So all we want is the gradient. So yeah. Let's see. That's 3 over 6. 3. 1 over 2x plus c. We don't really care about this part. We only want this part. So that's the first part. Second one, we want, because let's use another line. So let's say we have BD. So we want the gradient of 8. So BD, so the gradient opposite to that, or parallel, we don't know, is AC. So ABCD. Actually, no, it should be. I mean, if we're thinking about it correctly, it should be like clockwise like that. They label their points, but let's not assume anything for now. Or we can find BD, I guess. That's fine. That's fine. Or we can do it another way. I don't know. Let's see what we can do now. When you're stuck in an exam like this, the best thing you can do is play with numbers, play around with the numbers, and they should start to make sense eventually. A B B D. Let me think. Uh, yeah, let's find. AC, I guess. So in order to find the gradient of BD. Yeah, okay, so AC is... Oh. So that's 1x. So subsequently, BD has to be equal to 1 as well. Let me think. What's a good way of finding C now? Well, I guess when I say C, I mean C of the other line. So of the other lines. Let me think. Are there any points that we do know? Yeah, there are. I'm stupid. Why didn't I think of this? So okay, so let's use the first line first. So let's go back to the first line. CD is equal to half x plus c. So we don't know, what D is, but we do know C. So let's use C instead of no. Let's use point C instead of point D. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I'll just do the arithmetic real quick. So when I say 5, that's half x. Okay, so if whatever isn't there, like when it's substituted, you can already tell it already did the arithmetic. So I'll just skip that step. Very easy. So okay. So therefore, CD equals half x plus 6. Now for BD, again, we have the gradient, so x plus c. We have x plus c, but we don't know, what the next part is. I should probably label this as d, not so we don't confuse it with this c. So x plus d, well, okay, what do we do with this? Again, we have b, so let's just use b. So we know 5 equals 7 plus d, c, so c, d, yeah, I keep writing c, it's my habit, equals minus 2. Okay, so now we have the equation y equals x minus 2. So where they meet is basically where so where the x and y points meet is where, what's this face, d is. Plus 6. So half x equals 8, x equals 16. So y equals, so 14. That should be our answer, unless it's not. Yes, I realize I've said absolutely nothing. I will continue to do so. This is my life. I choose how I want to ruin it. Let's see. Past papers get really boring once you know how to do them. Once the majority of the questions are there, you kind of just stop doing anything about it. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. I use this site. Feel free to use whatever you want. I just use this one because it doesn't have any watermarks that block the question. I would recommend you trying to use this at least. Again, if you have any questions about this, oh no, my bad. If you have any questions, just post it in Discord, or just put it in the comments. We usually read the comments. I think. I'm not sure about the other guys, but I do. It's cool. It's cool. What was this? Was it a 10? Yeah, 10. 10E. Popular pop culture reference. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Wait, what's that? Well, that's interesting for sure. Alright, let's see. So, A, either we've gone wrong somewhere. Which I don't think is likely. Let me think. Oh, wait, are we on the same. Okay, is this the same paper? Okay, this is the same paper, I believe. Okay, no, Huh. Hmm. Well, okay, that's definitely interesting for sure. But hmm. Let me think. Where did we go wrong? Supposedly, if we don't use, even if we didn't use the previous question, this question would still be the answer to this question would be the same. Let me think. That's that. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's okay. Alex, yeah, that's fine. Well, I might cut this part this part out where I'm thinking about this question. Up to CD, I think. That makes sense. Okay, that should be the case. Hold on. Wait, what they use? That's a very interesting way of calculating it, but okay, I'll just let it slide for now. Wait, didn't they say? Wait, we're not on the same paper. I'm trolling. Which is this? 43. Should be the same. Oh wait, no, K minus 5 is this, so this is still the right paper. Huh. Interesting. For sure, at least. How do they do it? I'm actually curious now. What? Why would you do it like that? Then you just use simultaneous equations. Let's review this because this is a good time to review our understanding at least. No, let's do it from the top. Maybe that's why. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's see. So AB parallel to CD. So therefore, they should have matching gradients. So 1 minus 2 as a minus 1, so that's half. And then I'm not sure how they put this out. I mean, you could draw it out, of course, but just that takes a while. What else is there? What else do we know for a fact? Maybe we weren't using parallels that time, so yeah. Or maybe this isn't parallel at all. We could be trolling ourselves. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I guess we we have to kind of resort to what they did then. Yeah, this is. I guess if it was intended to be a vector question, it'd be pretty obvious then. I mean, obviously, you could. If you were like me, I would just draw it out, as I'm just not bothered to deal with all this. So, well, now that we have that, let's use their method. I guess. So wait a minute. Even if you knew, oh wait, no. We did get clues. Okay. AB equals BC. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we did get some form of clue. So AB equals BC. So that's our clue. We know that, AB and then BC, which is like up here. That's equal. So that means, D is going to be somewhere around here. Ah, big brain. Okay, that now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Of course, if I drew this out, you would see it. But like you can imagine that. Okay, so if it's 10, it's about here. And 11 should be around here. So, of course, this is like a really bad diagram. But oh my god, I'm dying over here. One thing we know for sure is that now we know that D is going to be here. So DB is going to be perpendicular to AC. Okay, there we go. So that's the perpendicular side, and AB parallel to CD. Okay, there we go. That makes life a lot more easier. Okay, so let's find AC. So I think we did find AC just now, so I'll just find it now quickly. 9 is X. Guess what? Okay. AB parallel to DC. So AC we need to find the perpendicular, so that's gonna be y equals minus X, and then BD. Let's use B. 5 minus 7 is plus 12. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay, let's find AB. So I'm just gonna do this quickly. Like you saw me do it just now. Like you saw me embarrass myself as well. But yeah. Okay, let's find it. So let's like. Oh, that is a terrible two. And then okay, now we can use CD. I'll just straight up substitute it in. I don't care. 10. It's 5. Plus 6. Yeah. Double check. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so finally we're back on track. Oh my god, that. There we go. Okay. So 3 out of 2x equals 6. X equals. So I'm just doing this all ahead, but you should know that this is times 2 divided by 3, so that's 4. Yep, there we go. Yeah, okay, like, again, I wouldn't use this. This is way too confusing. The better answer is draw it. Draw it on a diagram, or even better, if you want extra points, draw it on here. Like, I'm not saying extra points as in, like, you're actually physically going to get more points than free. That doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. But you can, by doing that, you're showing to the examiner, oh, okay, he's drawn out the graph, or he or she has drawn out the graph, or he or it has drawn out the graph. I don't know people's genders these days. Yeah, but still, they're like, okay, so they've drawn out the graph. It's here. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, they have, what's the word? Well, they have implied or interpreted the fact that D is going to be somewhere over here, but because of that, they're trying to show it. Okay, that's fine. That will still earn you the few marks, because this is just confusing. But even if that didn't score you the whole 3 marks, like that would still, I'd say, guarantee at least 2. Because 2 marks is for part of the working out and the answer. So as long as you get the answer right, they're usually complied to give you. They're usually more likely to give you like 3 instead of 2. So yeah. All right, 11. I think we have a few more. I think should I have FB? Okay, equals what is it? It's 4.781. Okay. Oh, they're really nice. They gave you the angles and whatnot. Yeah, this is a simple, cosine question, or actually no, it's a tan question, so it's trig. So FB over BA is going to be equal to tan 41. So kind of BA times tan 41 is going to give you FB if you rearrange that equation. So I would just use my calculator for this. I wouldn't really bother doing this. I'll just explain these really quickly because these are pretty easy from my side, from how I see it. But again, if you have any questions about it, no, tell me which ones, and I'll take a look. Calculate angle FCB. Again, that follows on from this part. So as long as you can tell them, okay, so I'm using tan, to find out, this angle. Simple, right? So I'll just say it for now. Tan FCB is equal to FB over BC. So for A tan FB over BC is going to give you this angle, FCB. Yep. When I say A tan, I mean inverse tan, but I use A tan because it's easier to say. So, yep. Man, I feel like a teacher today. My throat hurts. CDF equals 18. Show that CD is equal to 8.514. CD is okay. Which angle is 18? CDF. CD. Okay. I see I can see which one they mean. Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting way of putting it. But what I would do. Let me think. Okay, then there's only one way left to do it, I guess. But actually, is there? Okay, what do we know? Which numbers do we know? Oh wait, no, they want this part. Okay, CD. Let me think. Okay, CDF is equal to 18. I mean, you could. There are multiple ways of doing it. What I would do. Like, obviously, they intend you to use another way, but for example, you could calculate FC and then use, the what's it called, the sine rule to work it out. But what I would do is even more basic. Since we know FB, and we know this angle, so there's a triangle FBD here. So what you can do actually is just use tan to work out BD and take away the length BC, and that will give you automatically the what's called the length for CD. Yeah. If that doesn't make sense, like obviously, give me a shout, and I'll okay, I'll draw a diagram to explain it. Actually, no, I can draw a diagram now. Yeah, this one it's harder to explain with words, yeah, and I'm not that articulate, but it's a terrible one. Okay, uh, so obviously we're just gonna pretend we know the things we have. 18. And this is 6.2 meters. Then I'll draw the points. C, F, D. F, D. So what you could do, because we know that this FB length is 4.781. So all you actually need to do is work out BD and take away. So this whole BD thing, you can work out simply with tan. So FB over BD. Yeah. So FB over BD is equal to tan 18. We don't know what BD is in its full length, but we do know this. So FB over tan 18 is equal to, let's simplify this BD thing to 6.2 plus CD. And then from there on, because the length FB is the number, so it's 4.781, you can just sub it in, and tan 18 is also a number, and you would get an answer. So let's say, I don't know, let's continue as that. And finally, CD is equal to FB tan 18 minus 6.2. Okay. Oh wait, we did that, yeah. Angle ABC equals 78. ABC. What? How's that? Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Actually, that. Yeah, look at it. It is. AD. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. It is cosine rule. So I'll just, for the purposes of the video, I'll just reiterate what the cosine rule is called. So, so let's apply to this question instead. So, you don't have to do it in this order because I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. Yeah. Equals AB. Oh no, sorry. They want AD. Okay. Okay, I keep scrolling right. A, B, and BD. A, B squared plus BD squared minus 2AB. BD, again, when I say AB and BD, these are lengths. Cos ABD. So, yep. Angle sine, yep. And yeah, that's how we would do that one. Find the area of the triangle ABD. That is literally applying the area rule. So what's this? Sine AB sine half AB sine C. Yeah. So half AB. So you would obviously be using AB. So for this one, half times this, and then the whole of BD, and then sine ABC. That is how you would do that. Like just refer to the area rule. I'm not sure if they gave it to you. No, they don't. Okay, I'll just write it down on the screen for the purpose of this video. But you really should be. The best way to remember these is making notes. Like I remember, I'm doing exercises, of course. I remember having to make notes. Like my notebook was like really thick by the end of like mostly it covered the stuff I didn't know. And if you want, I could write some notes for you for this exam book because I'm not sure about the other exams. I don't really go into that far, but for this exam, for CIE's 0607 and 0606, I can make some notes if you guys want. Do tell me if you do want them. I will make them. Yeah. So AB sine C. Yeah, that's so AB would be the lengths AB and BD, which is infinitely confusing, I know, but bear with it. C, so the angle C, so capital C, mind you, would be ABD or ABC if you prefer. They're effectively the same angle. Great. Oh, we're so close to the end. Come on. I'm nearly there. Shit, my slippers are wrong. Oh, whatever, I'll fix it later. Oh, man. Okay, y varies directly to the square root of x plus 1. Okay, so... okay, it's one of these. So, first of all, let's establish, the, that's wall sign. The relationship between them. So directly varies directly or directly varies. It should hit up a sign. It's like, okay, I need to write this sign, so the varies sign, and because it's directly and not indirectly, it should be like this. Square root of x plus 1. Great. And the second part is very simple. So Varies is we don't know exactly the equation, but we can simplify it to say y equals k, so some constant times x plus root x plus 1. So that's that. Great. We did it. And the rest of it is pretty simple, I would say. So the first part, of course, you have to work out k. Let's just directly substitute the number. So y is 8 when x is 24. So k 5. Obviously, we don't know, whether or not it's positive, but we assume. Of course, this is a root sign, and we should write positive or negative 25. But we usually will write positive, so it's 5k, and we can test it with the other two. So I'll just scroll down to see if that's the case. If not, just take it with a grain of salt. What is this? What? Oh wait, this is the last one. Oh shit. A1, yeah. Oh wait, no, they want us to work out the equation, don't they? This part. Find the value of y when x is 15. So again, so we know that y equals 5k. Oh wait, no. I'm stupid. Wait. K. Yeah, we need to find out k first. 1.6. Okay, good. So y equals 1.6 x plus 1. Or you could write 16 over 10 or 8 over 5. You decide. I'm just using decimals because it's easier to write. Yeah. Only one. Okay. Times. No, I'll just 15. Yep, so that's that. And then finally you would just multiply them together and you should get 6.4, which is what they want. Great. Oh. Yep, again, same logic. So instead of having a value for x, we have a value for y, so I'll just write it out again. So instead of having a value for x, we have a value for y, so that is going to be 16 is equal to 1.6 and times something. So we don't know what that is, so we're gonna find out now. Let's do this quickly. So that's going to be 10. Now you can try this out, but I'm telling you now, it's going to be 10 times is equal to root x plus 1. So square that. 100 is equal to x plus 1. X equals 99. Simple. It's basic algebra. It's very easy. I highly recommend you do some practices on basic play around with numbers. That kind of stuff makes it so much more easier to deal with. Because half this paper is going to be on algebra stuff, and by the end of it, when you know that you're sick of algebra and you just rather move on to something else, you've done enough. So without delving that too much, let's get into the final questions. I guess. Okay. Find the next term in which each of the following sequences. Well, the stuff. So let's see. So that's going down by 5. So you know that the first 3 tend to be extremely easy. So this is going down by 5. So yeah, let's do away with that. This one is going up. Oh, this is a geometric sequence. I personally prefer if doing it by this strange way I call the which I do. So let's say how the genuine the sequences usually follow the thing called this general forms of an, where n is the not the nth term in the sequence. So if it was the first one, it would be n was equal to 1. So an squared plus bn plus c. So kind of that's the it's called what do you call it? The general sequence for a geometric formula or sequence if you prefer that way. But you can disguise. You can say that n is equal to the first is equal to 1 equal to 2. So you can disguise it actually into a well. You can disguise it into. You can get rid of this ugly square sign. So this first n equals 1. I'll just do it I'll do it once so you guys can see. 4a plus 2d. Usually you need only these three. Other than that, you kind of don't need any. So it's 9 plus 3c. So first of all, let's find the difference between these two terms. So that's called the first difference. I'm going to refer to that from now on. For a plus b, and for this one it is 5a plus 3b. So okay, we can find. So that is the equivalent of the difference between the first two these two numbers. That really doesn't help us because as you can see, the difference is actually going up by it's going up by 2 every time. So this is the difference between these two is 3. This one is 5. This one's 7, and so on. So what do we do about that? So we can actually find the second difference. You can experiment with this at school. You will find that the second difference is always the same no matter which number, geometric sequence like this. Of course, if it was cubic, then it would be the third difference, and so on. So knowing that, we can actually find the difference between these two and these two, and because they have we can find A first, we can find B, and then C. Great, right? So let's try finding it. So first difference between. So I'll just write out the numbers. So I'll just try to put them in sync. So from that, 2 equals 2a. So therefore a equals 1. So that already helps our sequence. So 3a plus b is equal to 3. We know that a equals 1, so b equals 0. Finally, a plus b plus c equals what? 3. C is equal to 2 because a is equal to 1 and b equals to 0. Great. So now we can assemble our sequence. So that is n squared plus 2. Simple. Right? Okay, good. But of course oh wait, no, they didn't ask you for the formula, didn't they? But still, it's a good thing to know how to do this, I would say. Yep, so now that we know that, let's just get into this. So just predict the next one. That's all they're asking for. So the difference between these two is 9. So the next one's going to be 11. So the next one is going to be 38. Yep. This one is even easier. They're timesing by minus 0.1 every time, or minus 1 over 10, if you prefer it like that. So the next one's going to be minus 1 over 10 for B free. So now we get on to 4. Now this one's quite interesting from my view, because not only do we start off with like three zeros, we then suddenly go to like 6, 24, 60. That's weird. Definitely weird. So okay, what can we do with? So obviously this is not going to be your standard geometric or what's it called your standard or your standard linear. This is going to be look something like this, like an exponential graph. You could do it by getting your trustworthy graphical calculator and plot the points and find a fit. That is what I would do if I was struggling for time, or if I was genuinely not bothered to do it. That's probably the main reason, to be fair, that I would probably use a graphical calculator. 0, 0, 0, 6. Let's just find it. I want to see what it looks like. It should be an exponential. Exponential, or was it something like? Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Oh wait, no, this is. Okay, 1 second. Forget about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 24, 6t. Okay, so 3 linear to teach lasagna. Insufficient data. Okay, so try power function. Interesting. Well, I guess now it's down to kind of us predicting it then, since our graphical calculator doesn't do anything. Well, so let's see what we can find from this. Let's try to find the first and second difference. I think that might help us. No, actually, no. This is gonna be an exponential, but still, let's try to find it. Similar to how we did the last one with the quadratic sequence, yeah, or geometric. Let's try doing this. So 0, 6, 24, 60, 6. What's it? 18. I'm slow today. 12. Uh, 60 minus 24. Don't fail me now. Basic maths. 36. 18. Huh. So we're left with something very interesting. So this is likely to be a cubic from how it looks right now. How would you predict the next one? 6, 18. Right? Yeah, I should have done it right. Either that or they're multiplying by a certain factor. Or yeah, let's try instead than doing it by how it's multiplied. So that only concerns these two. So 4. So I'll just do it really quickly now. It's about 5, alright. So that's probably not it. So we're probably concerned with the previous one. The sums. I mean, you could work it out like this, I guess. You know what? Just for this occasion, I'm going to look at the mark scheme, how they do. 120. Interesting. I have some qualms with that. Mainly because... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Let's see their explanation first. No, yeah, that's fine. B1 for row. Okay, so they do expect you to use some form of equation. Okay, let's see. For okay. I have some qualms with that. But still. So that's 1 mark for reaching this. So saying that, So this part. The next part is, for some reason, it's this. Or M1. Oh, okay, so one point is definitely going to go to this, and the other one is definitely going to go to working out, I assume. Let's see, 12, 6, 12, 18. Oh, so it might be the case that it's the next. So the next one. God, I've drawn this so messy. It's just. I shouldn't have drawn this messy. Should be 24 like that. So it's 60. I drew it really badly. Okay, should wait to that. Okay, so 120. Okay, there we go. So you can reverse engineer it like that. Is all I'm saying. So that does prove some merit. So we did get 120. So basically, this part is pretty much useless. Well, okay. The first 0 is pretty much useless. So we don't need to care about that. So this hence why I've only drawn 1 0. So then you can check this line. Don't check these lines. These lines are I think they're falses. They're booby traps they put there. Booby. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's the every difference there is between here. So this line actually, this line is actually not completely useless. It shows you the progression between each of them. So the next one should be so the next difference should be 24 as we've deducted from this. So this line here that shows us every time something's getting added on, it should have a difference of the next multiple of 6. So yeah. So the next one after 18 is going to be 24. So therefore we can say that So what's 36 plus 24? That's 60. And what's 60 plus 60? 120. So there we go. We have 120. If I got that, that's a lot of work for 2 marks, but okay then, I guess. Yeah, that's how we do this paper. Again, if you have any questions, because I've explained it really badly and I've also had to, and I had like a lot of calculation errors, so yeah, I would remind you to just put anything you want in the chat. Like, of course, I prefer it was questions, not roasts, but still, just put it in the chat, and yeah, I'll just get back to you. Mostly in the Discord, or if you want, just join the Discord. I should have a link there. Or if I didn't have a link, I'll link it to you. How about that? Yeah, go. Cool. Alright, see you guys.